again for coming. This is my sister Lily. Doesn't know you, she'll come off as quiet and shy to the point of not wanting to speak. The combination of seeing my sister and experiencing her shyness may lead you to form an opinion about her intellectual and verbal capabilities. As her grandfather once said, Lily has a bigger vocabulary than most of the people in Morristown, Indiana. Of course, if you didn't take time to get to know her and earn her trust, you would never know that she is a truly gifted artist, has a wonderful sense of humor, and has a large repertoire of cultural interests and activities. Reading, via books on tape or her speech-enabled Kindle, is one of them, especially biographies. Lily's most favorite quote, and one that has great meaning for her, is from Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, when he said he hoped his children would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. So now I'd like to share some history about how Lily came to be the interesting young woman that she is today. My parents are both transplants from Chicago, and most of our extended family still live in the Midwest. Even so, Lily and I grew up surrounded by surrogate aunts and uncles and friends that have always been more like family and way more familiar to us than many of our long-distance relatives. Lily was born on August 8, 1982, and right away my parents knew there was something different about her. Because of the position of the port wine stain on her face, they were warned she may have Sturge-Weber syndrome, which was confirmed at 6 weeks of age when Lily began to have seizures. Since the right side of her brain was being changed by the constant flow of blood over it, the left side of her body was impacted. Her left arm and leg aren't as strong as her right side, and she has little use of her left hand. It took several months to bring her seizures under control, including quite a few hospitalizations. They learned how to mix her medicine and make sure she had them on board at regular times. Lily started at University of Washington's early education unit before she was 6 months old to make sure that she would grow as strong as possible, given her multiple disabilities and seizure disorder. Because of the weakness on her left side, there was a strong possibility that Lily would never walk, but luckily she never heard that prediction. I came along 17 short months after Lily. Our closeness in age meant that while I knew I drove my big sister crazy, right, Lil? We each had a built-in playmate and partner in crime and are incredibly close. After EEU, Lily and I both attended the preschool at Northwest Center Child Development Program. Lily received a quality preschool education, therapies, and childcare right along with other children who were typically and atypically developing in their early years. The staff of the Child Development Program had many fond memories of Lily and myself and our family for several reasons, one of which being Lily and I were the only two redheaded children in the program. Linda Gill was the director of the program during that period, and she became a lifelong friend, along with several other caregivers at the center. Linda and her daughter Sandy are part of Lily's LifeSPAN network today. When Lily and I started public school, when it was time for elementary school to start, we split our ways because unfortunately not every school has special ed programs. So while I went to the neighborhood school with all of the neighborhood kids, Lily went to different schools that had programs that were suitable for her. She started public education at Wedgwood Elementary, and she really blossomed in that setting. She had great teachers throughout her years there and made several friends, many of whom she still hangs out with today. She continued at Hamilton Middle School with most of the same friends from elementary school. At Hamilton, she met her favorite teacher of all time, Mr. Tim Hilton. Why do you like Tim so much? He makes her laugh. It's very important in Lily's book. You've got to make her laugh. He was pretty good. He was pretty cute too, right? She was the teacher's pet. She's very She went to Nathan Hale High School and graduated in 2001. During high school, she participated in the Young Life Open Door program with many of her friends from school. And after graduation, she then began a job training program at Safeco, which didn't turn out so well for Lily. She returned to Nathan Hale and continued until June of 2002. We learned over time that very social settings with trusted teachers and or leaders who made sure Lily knew she was safe and well-liked were exactly the right settings for Lily. So now I'm going to pass the mic to Lily's facilitator, Miss Patty Bojack, and she's going to continue with Lily's life outside of school.
Yeah. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about what was going on with Lily outside of school. So Lily left school. She participated in an employment training and a placement program for a few months where her skills were assessed, and unfortunately she was told that there was nothing that she could do there. So at this time, Susan, her mom, was working on the east side at AT&T Wireless, and Kevin, her dad, was still working at PCC. Rachel was attending Seattle Central Community College and was quite busy with schoolwork and friends. Lily stayed at home entertaining herself with her drawing and her photography, unless we had out-of-town family visiting. And Lily's photography has grown quite a bit, right? Yeah. So Rachel moved to Bellingham in September of 2003, so Lily was mostly alone during the day. Special outings to museums and visits with friends mostly happened on the weekends. She still went to the Young Life open door meetings once a week, but grew bored with the same activities week after week. Right about the same time, Lily's neurologist changed her seizure medication. So over several months, it became apparent that her old medication was providing a significant antidepressant capability. So what happened with Lily was that she became very deeply depressed because of this medication switch. So while the family was dealing with the medication change, they also realized Lily's world had gotten way, way too small, and we needed to look for something else to do. So the Carmodys looked at specialized programs from Seattle Park District, but didn't find anything that would work for Lily that was structured enough and wouldn't have her on a bus for more than an hour per day. Fortunately, they ran into the mother of one of Lily's school friends and was told about the Shoreline Park District Choices program, which ran at the same time, same place, 4 days a week. Lily started going to Choices in early 2006 and was really happy with it for several years until recently. She immediately bonded with the school coordinator there, Jill Rogers, was sitting over there, and her mood greatly improved, and she's still part of our network today. So Lily was busy 4 days a week, and she signed up for many of the other specialized recreation programs offered through the Shoreline Parks District, including a drama class. And every year there's a drama program, and Lily participated in that, right?
Yeah.
And this last time we invited everybody in LifeSPAN to attend, so it's a great event. So over the next several years, Choices continued to gain popularity and the program grew. It grew so much and there were many personnel changes taking place, so Lily didn't feel especially cared for as she did in the past, and she's not attending the program right now. The Carmody family recognized they were in another transition period for Lily when the Choices program no longer served her, just like the shift after Lily was no longer attending public school. Fortunately, getting involved in LifeSpan is helping them with this transition and opening up possibilities for Lily. Kay Hooray, a LifeSpan board member, has known Susan for over 20 years through her Studio 904 salon experiences and reminds Susan periodically about LifeSpan. Kay never gives up. It's one of her endearing qualities. So in the winter of 2009 and 2010, Susan and Rachel began the Carmody family journey with LifeSpan's 7-step workshop. So how do I know the Carmodys? Well, I worked with Susan at Thousand Trails when I moved here, and I became part of the Carmody family of all the transplants who moved to Seattle. So I was very honored when Susan was looking into LifeSpan, and they were looking for a facilitator, and I was asked to join. So I'm Lily's facilitator now, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. So after a few months of planning, Lily's first network meeting was on October 2010. The network started mostly with Kevin and Susan's friends, but what we started noticing that when Lily started inviting some of her own friends and Rachel started inviting her friends, the meetings got a whole lot livelier. So it didn't take us too long to figure out that we needed to switch that a little bit. So right now in our LifeSpan meetings, we usually have a meeting and then we have some kind of an event, or we do some kind of craft, or we do something, and they're pretty fun. And the other thing that we have is we have a lot of long-distance family members in Chicago who are also part of the network in terms of getting the newsletter, and Lily's quite an avid phone person also with them, right? Yeah. So some of the new connections and new experiences that Lily's had since she's become involved in LifeSpan include Lily's angel drawing was chosen for this year's Celebration of Hearts Award, and she was able to visit the Caldwell Foundry and watch as her drawing was turned into a bronze plaque. She's been to the Foundry twice and really appreciated meeting the artist, seeing their huge workshop and experiencing the magic of molten bronze turned into a piece of art. Lily also takes between 10 and 30 photographs a day. She's a great photographer. And one of her network friends, Mary Patterson, who's also a neighbor, right? Helped Lily make prints and turn them into greeting cards that were sold at the Celebration of Hearts. And I understand that as of a month ago, you were still making those cards, right?
Yeah.
She had so many orders from the Celebration of Hearts. So half of those profits went to LifeSpan. Recently, Susanna Wheeler arranged for Lily and a few of her LifeSpan friends to attend a music rehearsal for the local Seattle band, Side Saddle. The music was great, the band members made everyone feel very comfortable, and a good time was had by all. When the network first started, one of the Carmody family members would always accompany Lily when one of her network friends wanted to take her out. But slowly over time, Lily has become more willing to leave her family at home and independently enjoy time with her friends. And remember when we went out with Chrissy and we went out to the Valley Blocks, we had a great time that day.
Yeah.
We sure did, yeah. So where are the Carmodys now in their LifeSpan journey? Lily and her parents ran into Tim Hilton, that was your favorite teacher, right? Recently. And he gave them some good news about several of her classmates who are now working. Lily thinks she's ready to find a job just like many of her friends. So the Carmodys are reinitiating the DVR connection to help Lily get a job and build more of the social connections with trusted people that she craves. In closing, here are the Carmodys family's hopes and wishes for Lily's future. One is that her network continues to grow, stay strong and vibrant, and she finds a job where people take the time to get to know her and where she feels valued. Lily is happily living in a safe and secure home with a few friends she enjoys being around. Lily has an active network who cares about her, ensures she's living an active and interesting life. And anything you want to add? No? So at this point, I just want to say thank you to all of the LifeSpan community. Thank you for the Carmodys for inviting me to be Lily's facilitator. And thank you to all the members of Lily's network.